Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is me, Elizabeth, back to painting. Feels like it's been a very, 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 very long time since I worked on a painting project, but I'm happy to be back at it. I hope everyone is surviving the humidity. Bleh. I am surviving as best as possible. I have cold drink and an air conditioner that hopefully is being blocked out sound wise. But hello, Lenneth. Please take care of yourself. I know you're being brave, but your head hurty. And hello, Teacup. But yeah, so I think I've talked about it a little bit. I'm working on this boy. This is an Imperial Knight. They're a specific type of thing in Warhammer. They're quite big compared to other models. I mean, as you can see, this one's basically the size of my fist. Not that my fist is huge, but yeah. Wait, that's not the song I wanted to play. I wanted to be here. Ooh. Sorry. Anyways, and they got like big beefy weapon arms. This is his fire hose because he's a man of peace. This is a knight of peace, and this is his for cutting down unruly trees. This man's going to fight wildfires in the north of Ontario because there are wildfires in the north of Ontario now. And like the Algonquin Park area, and it's like, oh, good. That's like closer than I appreciate. But yeah. So he's a firefighter now. So the first thing I wanted to do, I think I mentioned before, the color scheme is overall going to be very Dungeon Loungy inspired. Yeah, Savior of Canada. And these are little shoulder pauldrons that I've separated from the rest. It's called the idea is a called sub-assembly. And so like kind of see like with if this is on here, you can't really access these other areas to paint other areas. Apparently I'm gonna have a slur all day. Anyways, so in order to get access to all of this to paint it, I've kept these separate. Sorry, I've kept these little pauldrons separate. And the idea is, so you can kind of see here, there's two parts to it. Or you kind of got, there's like this bolty line. So I'm kind of going to do one, each kind of side is going to be themed after each member of the lounge. So there's 4 of us right now, 4 spaces and pauldrons. It works out. So I want to lay down some white over these since I'm going to be like kind of like painting like different little things to represent each member. Like I think I mentioned like on Sunday, if you were able to check out, like say for instance for Flora, my plan is to do like a little frog detective and things like that. As you can see, the Burr is back. Please say hello to Senor Burr. He makes the paints go stir stir without me having to break my wrist. It's back. It's back, baby. But first off, we gotta get some paint in the palette. Oh, this is still not mixed. Senor Burr, your job. It took me longer than I care to admit to find this song on Spotify, considering how much I love this song. And I might sing it very loudly and terribly when I'm driving. Hee hee. Sorry. We're burring. No karaoke, it's burr time. I like how while I'm doing it, this paint here is just quietly spinning in place. I love it. Look at him go. You're doing great. How majestic. Spinning. It's like it's in a microwave. It's a ballerina. All right. Sorry, I had to stop. Okay, that is pretty good. I'm going to give it one more pass, but it's almost there. I find white separates so freaking fast, and I don't know what it is about the white that they've done. It just, because like say for instance like this, I don't want to disturb him. He's just spinning so happily, but the black, for example, I don't need to generally stir that a lot. It stays very like good. Oh, it's traveling. He's going on a journey. Oh, we're all spinning now. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't know why I found that so funny. Sir, that's not your home. All right, I think that's okay. Wrong side. That's what we're in for today. We're gonna watch paint spin. All right, I think that's a good start. We also have our pristine paint water, soon to become the most worrisome of teas. I'm gonna start with a nice white base. I just realized I might have to go get more paper towel because I am planning to do dry brushing, and I usually need to get a separate thing. Oh, look. I've used this already, and I forgot. Anyway, to work. It's probably going to take a couple layers. It's mostly just so because I'm planning for a lot of the different heraldry, I guess, for lack of a better term, of each member. I want there a lot of them are going to incorporate say for it's Frog Detective is a very pale green. So the black base is going to be I want that overall for the model. It in this spot here, it's no good. So we gotta layer up with some white so that when we go to the brighter colors, you don't have to layer it 15 million times. Oops. I went out of the lines. Oh no. Oh well. It's fine. It's not painting if I stay in the lines, so it's okay. We can fix it later. As long as you stick to thin coats, you can always add more coats to your thin coats. And also, this is a flat surface, so generally you can kind of get away with layering it up if you need to. Heartless, like Kingdom Hearts? How is everyone doing today? I'm a little bit annoyed because, one, it's stupid humidity, so I'm always annoyed about that. But also, apparently tonight is supposed to be a meteor shower that's supposed to be visible in my neck of the woods. But no, I don't get to see it because it's cloudy. I don't get nice things like meteor showers. Wah. Wah, wah, wah. Not hanging in there, honestly. Sometimes, you know what? That's good. Do what you gotta do. My ads have all been miniature sets from real life for the last ever since I've been finishing my other two kits. It's you finish these kits because my phone spies on me. Don't you want another one? You could have this ramen shop. Would you perhaps want this magical library? Perhaps this other bakery. You too? Oh, arcade one. Oh, that sounds neat. I've seen there was one actually Grim sent to me that was a very cyberpunk style street, which would look really interesting, but unfortunately the maker of it, they were gouging the kit. When I looked it up, because I find most kits are around 50 to 60, maybe a little more if they're going to be more bigger and involved. Say for instance, I'm pretty sure the Magical Cafe goes above that price point because it's significantly bigger than a lot of other kits. And that kit that he was sending me, and again, it was a book nook type of kit. So it's not huge. And they were asking $90 for it. And I'm like, no. You're gouging me. No. I shall not be gouged. I shan't. Now, the problem is trying to find it not being gouged. Because so far I've only found the one place that has it. But I know from the little bits I've seen investigating the miniature role life and kin community is that there seems to be there seems to be a few factories in China that makes them, and they basically make the same kit for multiple companies, and then each company kind of like decides on their price point, and some are cheap, some are not cheap. Hello. Oh, thank you very much for the resub, Lady Logistics. Oh my God, 23 months? That's almost 2 years. That's crazy. Thank you so much. How are you? I'm working on my pauldron. It won't fit on my shoulder. It's too small, but it will fit on our boy. How are you this fine Tuesday, my lady? My lady? Speaking of cyberpunk, hello, Cell Dweller. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm hoping you're getting a little bit of a break from whatever it is that's troubling you, and I'm very sorry to hear that. It sucks. The hope is that everyone's doing okay, but at the same time, I 100% understand the world is kind of right now, so for various reasons, capitalism exists. And I say capitalism like I'm Russian every time because I've watched too much Glow wrestling. Which I just realized is like saying like ATM, because Glow is short for Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and then you say Glow Wrestling and you've just said wrestling twice. Capitalism. Which I probably shouldn't say it Russian like, considering that's Russia's not really the capitalism problem anymore. Is it? But it's fun to say it that way. Ah, fair enough. Personal stuff also can be crappy too. But I hope you get a little break from it and you can listen to my weird music and watch me paint this pauldron. Get it all based up so I can make some heraldry on it. Well, maybe not tonight, but get it primed. I'm probably going to work on a lot of the dry brushing of the Senor's undercarriage, because like while I've got him apart in sub assemblies, I can paint his leggy plates, or more his leggy inners. Okay. That should be relatively solid because I'm going to be still putting, like, it's not going to stay white. This is just the prime. Got flaked on a match. Oh, and then tried to help a new player only for railguns. Oh no. Oh, the dice can sometimes be a harsh bitch. Yeah, that's frustrating because it's like, yeah, like you don't want that to be someone's first experience. It's like, wow, I fielded this cool thing. It's going to work great. Oh, I one-shotted it. I'm so sorry. Because it's like it's easy to, like, that first impression matters so much sometimes with whether or not someone will come back to the game, you know? Because I mean, how many people have I spoken to over the years who are like, "Oh, I tried D&D, but you know," and they can proceed to describe a terrible first-time experience, and it's like, I understand why you haven't gone back, and I am so sorry that is how you learned about D&D, you know? Because like I have a lot of good memories with D&D, so it's always frustrating to hear when people get shitty experiences with the thing you like. It's not fair. And it just ultimately limits the community. It's like, how are you going to get new people to play against or whatever if they all get scared off because dice were mean? Like, I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to be like, oh, it's good for them to get that experience in of like disappointment or whatever. And it's like, it's their first match. Come on. Yeah, I hope they stick around too. anyone's paying attention to the lyrics of the songs that I'm listening to, I'd like to point out that this song was written pre-COVID, and the fact that it's still applicable is slightly depressing. It's our CanCon for the night. Woo! Gotta get that CanCon in. But I think it's good on you to like offer to mulligan the match as a result of that. Like just knowing like hey, like that was just a bad start. Like because I can see a lot of people being like, no, I'm winning. Oops, that's not bad. Sorry, I'm just focusing down. My apologies. Oh, I just didn't realize. Sorry, Sasha is not able to join tonight. She got her work shifts got traded around, and unfortunately meant she wasn't available today. She is currently doing her hardest, her hard work. Sorry. Managed to stick around with D&D besides my greatest predator. Oh God. Playing Tyranids. Ooh, those ones are fun. The big boys. Space. Oh yeah. Tyranids are fun. Funnily enough, Tyranids was kind of my like when I was being introduced to Warhammer and I was like being shown the different factions and things like that. Like what do you connect with? Like what are you interested in? Maybe. And for me, it was between Eldar and Tyranids at the time. I had a little Hive Tyrant that I was going to work on. Unfortunately, I don't have that model anymore because he's definitely owed. Like that was at the point like things were still in pewter and stuff like that. So just I don't still have it, unfortunately. But I ended up kind of like falling out of Warhammer a few times before kind of coming back to it. Like I've stayed with it more steadily since the bigger push for the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Adeptus Sororitas. For some reason, I like them, the mechy boys. Oh, I missed the spot. Oopsie doopsie. Let me see my. I will definitely deliver head pats unto Sasha. I know she did send her apologies for not being able to join me for stream today, just because, again, capitalism, she got to make them money dollars. You have their kill team kit. Oh. Cool. I've always been more a fan of Kill Team than of the game proper, just because it's like you can kind of like do like a few models and be ready to go, as opposed to like what's it called? Like you have to have like a whole army ready to go, and also like the matches just go significantly faster. I will acknowledge I don't. Oh, hello, Feral Beast. Hi. Are you here to give your blessings unto the knight? Yeah, there's the baby. Oh, baby. 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 It's our boy. So, sorry, just for this
Look at you. You're
musician
so cute.
specifically.
Yes, you are, kitty. Yes, you are.
For those who remember Metaphor that I was playing at the beginning of the year, this is the same composer. This is the same guy. It's our boy Shoji Meguro. You gonna sit on my lap? You want to say hello to your adoring fan base? Come on, come on, come on. Give the people what they want. They want your furry butt. Not like that. Sit your ass down. Oh, my stomach. There you go. Say hello to your adoring public. No? Just you're not gonna say hello? Boop, boop, boop. Well, how many points would it cost to field the feral beast in a game of Warhammer? I wonder? I mean, let's see. You're bigger than this, but size isn't always what determines point cost. But you would be pretty big, and also you don't respect the turn order, which I don't know if that is like means you cost more points or less points because you're a force of chaos. Running a girl army, very nice. Are they using are they like a kit bashing, or are they running like a specific like proxy? Like I know like Wargame Exclusive, for example, does like a lot of like sexy lady models. Sexy lady. Yeah, Chochin. Ah, that's fair. You know what? Very nice. Now I will imagine all of them as Flora's Final Fantasy XIV character, who she is specifically a Mikote. Specifically, she's a voice 5 Mikote, so they go. All right. Finish. Good girl, curled up. You're good. Okay, I'm gonna get back to painting, but I'll leave you the camera on you so that way people know you're here. I dropped it. Sorry. Oop. Yeah. You know what? That's probably a more accurate thing, a battlefield effect, because yeah, you don't control Feral Beast. Feral Beast just kind of exists on the field doing Feral Beast's own thing. You don't control that. Oh, I got paint on my hands. Painty hand. Can't take me anywhere. I have painty hands. What is this? What is this fleck? Oh. All right. I had to check something. I think my camera, or I think my phone has done the thing again that I have to like be mad at it for. I think because I've noticed it's a little laggy, which means it may be attempting to connect. My phone may be attempting to connect Spotify, which it doesn't need to because my desktop is running Spotify. And I don't know why my phone thinks it's helping when it does that. A moment. I'm just going to quickly put the camera in no show mode. No one needs to see me fight with it. What are my fave factions? Honestly, for me, it's the Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay, no, it's not. Good. Whoop. No. Sorry. My favorite factions are everything. Real beast, there you were. Are the Adeptus Mechanicus and the what's it called? Adeptus Sororitas. Shock and surprise. I like robots and not Necrons. I don't like Necrons. That's too robot. Too far. Too robot. Too Terminator. Not a fan of it. So Adeptus, yeah. I find the Adeptus Mechanicus ones also just are more like there's more variety in the models than with the Necrons. I find the Necrons are very samey. I also like the nuns with guns because it's fun to say nuns with guns. Also, I just like the idea of the Adeptus Mechanicus that basically there's so little understanding in the 40K universe of how technology works. That they're just like, oh God, we pray. Our rituals are based around praying to the machines and hope they work. Because if the machine doesn't work, it's because God is angry. The God of the machine has become angry with us. And it's like, yeah, it feels like that sometimes, don't it? Yeah, I think I've definitely laid on too much paint. Gotta be careful. There's little bits of glow. I want to try and keep these surfaces as smooth as possible. All right, I think that's good. Put you down. So you have to. You should. It's been one of them years. Yeah. It's interesting. And I also find like it's interesting, like some of their like tech rituals, like you can see like it is intended to be like they're doing the right things. Like where they say, for instance, like, oh, like the ritual of starting the tank. It's like, well, we do these prayers, we do these things, we stick the key in the engine, and it's like that's the key part. That's all you need to do. Key in the engine, right? But they have this whole, prayer ritual surrounding it, or like the rite of mechanical appeasement, which is basically you lube the machine, you give it oil and WD-40, which is like, yeah, it'll work, but they don't know why it works. So it's fun. Did I get paint on my fingies again? Hey, baby, what's up? Did I not appease you satisfactorily? Don't worry, we'll make a Warhammer faction all about you. The Feral Beast gets all the snackies faction. Hello, Tater. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Or maybe unhappy Tuesday. I won't tell you how to Tuesday your Tuesday. Feral Beast, don't kick me. Thank you. I'm painting. Yeah. What are you doing down there? I am doing the boring step right. I'm doing some boring pre-work right now of basing some pauldrons. One spin the wheel at overtime work. What does that mean? Does it mean you want overtime, or does it mean you win a prize for doing overtime? They should just pay you for doing overtime. Just pay people. The prize is not a pizza party. The prize is pay me. You won money. Ooh, money. Money can be used to buy goods, can exchange for goods and services. Wow. I think so. It is. The enemy surrender sentence. Yeah. I do like that. I do agree. Like that was always one of my favorite things about when I was playing Rogue Trader, was listening to the Tech Priest character, whose names currently escapes me, but I love him. Starts with a P, Pascal. That's his name. His name is Pascal. And it's like, yeah, like he's basically, it's like, I am doing all this, and this. It's like you're doing a DDoS. Dude's doing a DDoS. Which I'm here for. Don't get me wrong. I love my boy Pascal. He also had some really sick burns. Pascal wasn't tolerable. Ow, Feral Beast. Ow. Yeah, we're working on the night. Feral Beast is left, so I'm going to switch the camera back. There we go. You don't get to see my thighs if there isn't a cat on it. Ah. Sorry. Yeah, get them doggies walked. Hopefully it's not too hot where you are and you don't die walking your dogs. You don't do that anyways. Make your dogs feel bad at minimum. What a song title, yeah. Sure enough. Ooh. I will say like a lot, like it's one of those things. It's like, you know, like, oh, when it's like, oh, girls shave their legs, I do it for boys. It's like, no, I do it because my legs feel so nice after doing it. I'm not a big fan of the process, but I like the results. Fair enough. Whatever reason you have to do it is a good reason, unless the reason is something sad. Sorry, I might be wiggling, which is probably not good because I'm saying I'm supposed to be painting. I will say this stuff is not Shoji Meguro. This is, I don't know who this is, but he doesn't work on core SMT anymore. They have moved him over to working on the personas and metaphor. I think the last SMT he worked on was Nocturne. Maybe a little more. Yeah, it was stiffening up. The whip pallet's not doing its witty palette job. Also, for those who are intrigued, my plan is on Friday to finish Expedition 33. Like, I am going to go back after. I'm going to have my rematch with Clea because she's earned it. Sorry, spoilers for Expedition 33. But then I'm going to go beat the game. I might go after the second super boss, but only after I've beaten the game. Because the game allows you to, like, kind of jump back to an earlier save. Because I've kind of reached the point where it's just like, you know what? Not that I'm like sick of the game, but it's like I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to cry my eyes out, as the game inevitably will make me cry when I get to that ending. And then find a new game to make me cry. So actually, finally, I don't know if the next game I'm planning will make me cry or not. I'll have to see. Yeah, thank you. I will say because I don't think you were here on Sunday, Teacup. I more or less immediately figured out what I did wrong with Clea, and I've already respec my party to deal with her. So I don't think it will take another 50 minutes to fight her. No, that's totally understandable. You gotta take care of your real life stuff first. It is not a requirement that people come to every Dungeon Lounge stream. I don't think that is physically possible. I can't certainly attend every Dungeon Lounge stream. It's very frustrating. I have to miss so many of them because it's like I'm at work and whoops. Oh well. If I'm in person at the office, it's kind of hard to have like even just idly playing on the screen. I mean, the short version of what happened on Sunday is we made some progress. We went to the swamp of rot, and then we fought one boss for the rest of the stream. And it was a very mean boss. It was like a butterfly, not a butterfly, a dragonfly made of celestial bodies. And then it ate me. I also ate Flora. It was not discriminatory on who it ate. Which, that's probably good. You don't want to be discriminatorily eaten. Or maybe you do. I don't want to tell you what you want or don't want in this life. Paint's even separating on the palette. Why are you like this, paint? Games Workshop, why did you make a shitty white paint? Honestly, though, looking back on it, I probably should have done a layer of gray sear first before doing a layer of white. Oh, well. Probably enough, this music reminds me, I would say, more of Shadow Hearts than it does of like Shin Megami Tensei, but maybe that's just me. Also, rip to the Shadow Hearts series and also to the Penny Blood remake, or sorry, spiritual successor. Someone please publish Penny Blood because I want to play it. If you have a stupid amount of money and want to back a small indie Japanese studio, I would appreciate it. Oh, hello. This takes me back to inventory management and yelling at more. And also petting the cat. So Penny Blood was being worked on by the same team that did Shadow Hearts 2. And they did a Kickstarter along with another studio. They called it a double Kickstarter. And that studio was most well known for the Wild Arms series. I think they're calling like their spiritual successor Armed Fantasia, if I recall correctly. Anyway, so they have a double Kickstarter. They get their money. And we're like, yay, we're going to get these games. Armed Fantasia's development apparently is trucking along happily. Now, the thing that I will say I'm a little bit miffed about, the thing that they kind of failed to disclose is that the Kickstarter money wasn't meant to cover the entirety of the game's budget. It was meant to get a proof of concept out the door so they could secure publisher interest. Armed Fantasia got a publisher, my understanding is, or its budget is lower and doesn't need extra cash. Penny Blood needs more money. And it is a little frustrating. Like, I wish they had been more upfront about that, like where it's like, this Kickstarter, while we fully intend to do the full game, the money we receive here is not going to be the entirety of the budget. We need a publisher. Like, this is to secure publisher interest. And the kind of the reasoning they gave is like, so like, oh, we thought we had one on a lock. It was like the Kickstarter was meant to prove a point, and we proved the point, and then the publisher walked anyways. And it's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You didn't have them on lock. Until you sign the papers and the ink dries, it ain't official. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyways, so the game basically probably joins the giant pile of other video games backed by Kickstarter that may not ever see the light of day. And while I understand it's not necessarily anything fraudulent, they've been open about why progress has stalled. It's kind of still like, well, still not good. I don't like it. I would have preferred to get a game. It would look really good. There was a lady robot in it. Everyone likes lady robots. Okay, she was more of a cyborg, but point remains, I was down for it. And it was gonna be like kind of set in like a 1930s-esque setting. It was gonna be good. It was gonna be good. Yeah, like I think Armed Fantasia is still proceeding, and it's like, yeah, I'll take it. I don't know quite what they're going to do, because like the intention was to send everything out at once it's done. I don't really know how possible that's going to be. Like if they're just going to be like, we'll ship out when the one is done, the other isn't. But I don't know. I don't know. You can always tell when my boy Shoji's come back. I know those guitars. My boy. Okay, I think that covers the basing on this. All right. All right, so we're going to start on the legs. So these are the legs. So we're kind of focusing on like these parts, like the stuff that's like inside. And then I'll do the plates next. But let me just consult the paint plan. I've written a plan of what colors I want to use for different areas. So, okay, the color I'm looking for now is a tarnished brass. Okay. Nope, that's brushed steel. Nope. There it is. So this is the one I'm planning to use for the metallics. I thought it looked better. I'm also maybe considering liquid gold, but we'll see. We will see. This brush I need to like. Now we're gonna need everyone's powers combined, as well as this machine that goes burr. Oh, I should probably move it closer so we can watch the bad and black spin again, because that was fun. There we go. Look at it whirl. There we go. Look at it spin. These ones need a really good shaking. Oh man, I forgot how weird that feels on your hand. Yeah, so I think the one I want to use for dry brushing. So let's see if this is. Are you good and combined yet? Please be free of the bodily confining prison. And may you can exit now. Oh, there it is. Too much. Oh, that is quite nice. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit. Let me do a little test. Oh yeah, I do like how it looks. So because I'm trying to like keep the colors in line with like the Dungeon Lounge and things like that. So I thought this gold was going to be too strong. I probably should do a quick test of what this gold looks like. But I'm thinking I'm going to still stick with the tarnished brass. Because like also like keep in mind like this is supposed to be like it's the skeleton piece. It's not the main attraction, right? Right. Why am I Southern again? I tell you what. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be too much. That's too gold. It's too gold. Yeah, no. We just gotta, since we're doing a dry brush, we gotta work into paint. So this is gonna be a fairly heavy dry brush, all things considered, I think. All right, so hello. Everyone look respectfully. This is the knight's butt. And we're gonna start dry brushing. But this is gonna be a fairly heavy dry brush. Oh, so it's almost like a silver. But I like it. I like it so far. Gonna be hard to get it in the crevasses. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's why I've always been jokingly told, like, a few times, like, I've tried, like, British accents, or, like, pick a region of Britain and fucking stay there. Oh, I'll go to whatever region of Britain I want. Oh, welcome. Caesar salad. Oh, and red velvet. I'm jealous. I really like red velvet cake. I just like anything with cream cheese frosting. So I learned something today. I don't know if it's true. Someone can confirm or deny this. Someone who's more knowledgeable than me. So someone was saying that the reason why girls can like cheese so much is that cheese contains the same, like it reacts the same way in like your digestive system or something when you're a girl as what's it called? As heroin. So it gives you like that same kind of like druggy rush. So they were like, don't do heroin, just have cheese. And I'm like, no frosting, then it's not red velvet. Red velvet requires frosting. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I was saying. Like someone more knowledgeable can like confirm or deny this. Because I'm not. Cat hair. No, you don't go in the dry brush. No. I mean, it has. They were like saying like it had to do with like certain like hormone combinations that cause certain reactions. Kind of like the same way like that chocolate has a different effect on women than it does on dudes. Again, because of hormones or whatever. But I'm not 100% on the science, so if I'm wrong, you can like correct me. I have not looked up the cheese science. Yeah, like there are some just differences, like how like your hormones interact with stuff as you intake it. So, which is why like they were saying like a lot. Oh shit, I didn't. This was a little too heavy of a load. Oopsie whoopsie. Oh, that's noticeable. Oops. Oh, sorry. Here's the boy. Wait, you're here to see the boy. But what was the thing I was saying? I forget. I get distracted. I get distracted by guitars. Hey, Elizabeth, you want to get in this van? No, that's not safe. There's a person in the van playing a sick guitar solo. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Even with the sub-assemblies, some of this is hard to get at. Hydro does methods. Ugh, I wouldn't. That doesn't sound healthy. It invites all the jokes about Breaking Bad. How do you think the boy is looking so far? I'm not too sure what to do with the feet yet, so I won't paint them for now. Yeah, I'm also still trying to figure out what to do with the base. My hope is next time I've got some dollar redos to get something called green stuff, which is like a kind of like a very model miniature friendly clay, and I want to use it to make kind of like a tablecloth effect. Like the boys on the table. Sorry. Sorry. Right in the frame. I've always felt like dry brushing is such a cheat because it's like it gets such a nice effect for so little work, and it's just like, dang. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. My boy, you didn't deserve what happened to you.
Emotional
Not the liquid
damage.
green. I'm referring to Army Painter's green stuff. It comes in packages that's separated into blue and yellow, and then you mix it together. It's like a clay. I did put some on my throne, just in case there's anyone out there who wants to like save me time. But That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like a mold. It's like a moldy clay. Moldable, not moldy. You know what? Honestly, I think that that's a very fair take. Like again, like Verso, like once especially you get everything going on with him, like he's very sympathetic, but he's also you want to sometimes smack that boy. He's like, "Why are you smacking me, sad puppy face?" And it's like, "Because you're very stupid." I know you have your reasons to be stupid, but I don't care. I'm very mad at you right now. Oh, really? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I also put cookies on my throne because I'm a terrible person. Yeah. The sad thing is I don't think I don't know if there is any is there really an option for justice for Gustav? Because what he wanted was, like a world without the Gomage, and given what we now know, I'm trying to avoid. What happened? Something happened. I heard a blink, but the picture didn't come up, so I don't know. I'm assuming that was you, Tater. Thank you very much. I will check that in a moment, so I know what to properly thank you for. But Gustav's operating under incomplete information. I guess the best way to put it is, "Hello, Tater." Yes, I believe you did. I believe that was the throne sound. How are you doing this fine day, Alosin? Happy Tuesday. Excuse me, I have to paint up in here, up in this robot's underoos. I'm not trying to be terrible. Okay, I'm put this down for a second. Let me check. Yield phone. Let me see what happened. Boop, boop, boop. Oops. You know what? Actually, I'm going to skip this one. And I'm not going to explain why. Not because I did dislike it, but because it's important. All right. You gonna give me any? There we go. Thank you very much, Shader. So yeah, I see you got the green stuff putty and the shaping tool. So thank you very much. That's very appreciated. Wrong button. This. Hi. Thank you. So I will do my best when those arrive, and I will put that along. The idea was to kind of have it along the base to kind of give it a smoother surface, and then also run it around the rim. And then if I'm feeling extra spicy, I'm going to bother Grim, because I believe Grim's got some leftover LEDs. And my hope is, so I'll show you first what I'm talking about. I'm just going to turn off the feed for a second. So you can see here on the Dungeon Lounge background, we've got these kind of rims kind of running and lights running along the edge. I want to get something like an effect like that, if I can make it work, on the underside of the model's base. And that's fair, Tater. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I believe Grimm's got some leftover LEDs from a project he was working on. So I'm going to try and steal those. And like the idea would be to run them underneath here. And then that way, like you can kind of like, like those cars that have like, you put lights in the undercarriage, something like that. It's a plan. This is where Grim shows up in the channel and like his messages. And it's like, no, I burn those things to the ground. There's no more. And I'm like, no. My plans. My plans. Yeah, under the low effects. Thank you. Yeah. That's what I'd like to do. I think that'd be a nice little way to push myself. Also, Bert. Oh yeah, we're using a Canadian paint, a Cantadian paint. Get your elbows up. This paint does quite well. I like it. Also, like it is a bit more expensive, I would say, than Citadel paint, but my understanding is basically just like one guy working independently. So it's like, yeah, no shit. We can't produce at the levels of the shit's thick. It's thick. I didn't dry brush enough dry brushing. Well, I guess we'll be consistent with the other side then. You kind of blend it. There you go. And also, if it ends up too bright, I can also bring it down with a shade paint. There's options. Actually, wait. That's good. Oh, for the British section of my playlist. Has to be in straight into Block Party. I swear it's I know like a lot of people say it, but I'm pretty sure like what's it called? Spotify is not true random. It's always pseudo random. Now, how pseudo random it is, I'll just use with fairy lights. I have no experience with those. Just there's a lot of options. I don't know what throwies are, but I mean, my first miniature project, or not my first, but like the one I did not too long ago, the Magical Cafe, kind of like got me over the like, oh, I've never worked with electronics or LEDs in a model before. So it's like now that it's happened, I can be much more brave about it. Finally, between this, it's like, am I maybe just secretly British after this? So, like, I've also been like addicted recently to British Bake Off. I've got through season 15 and I'm currently watching season 14. And my understanding is the next season should be starting soonish. Fresh, go in there. Color. Sorry. Time to put a top end solder down there. No. I'm not going to be soldering anything anytime soon. No. Or did you find a solder kit on Throne? I mean, I certainly don't have one posted, but I have no desire to get into that kind of work. I'm sure someone's looking for it though. There's a couple spots I missed. Get in those legibits. Oh, my dry brush isn't getting in there. And again, this part probably won't be visible once the boy is on top. I'm pretty good so far. I mean, I barely started, but trying to see like how it's coming on camera, and it doesn't. It comes out a little more washed out on camera than it does in. I'll also say you have to trust that there's more of a gold tone to it if you can see it in person. I don't know about this song. My angry 20s. Is it going to look different once it's dry? I don't think so. I will say though that it is coming out very. It's more gold without like you can see the more of the gold tone here. And it is more gold overall than silver, but it's very subtle, which I think is why it's not coming out quite great on camera. And I think like still like even then like I think it still works overall with everything. Sorry. Sorry, not you, chat. Song made me say it. I feel like I don't know if anyone here has seen Anchorman, but like you know, like that thing where it's like you just read that whatever's on the teleprompter, like Come Hell or High Water. I mean, sometimes it's like, oh, but that's the lyric of the song. I didn't mean to say a naughty word. I mean, there's plenty of times I do mean to say a naughty word, but that wasn't the time. All right. A couple of points I just want to go over again. All right. So for those who are familiar with the Dungeon Lounge logo, if you're not familiar with the logo, it's literally in the label of the page that we are currently streaming from. You can kind of see it's got it's red and it's kind of got a red and khaki logo. I don't know if khaki is the right word for it, but it's like a tan color. But anyways, so my intention is to have the red in the low plates and then the tan on the upper plates. So for that, I'm looking at two different reds. The first is called Apocalyptic Red, which is the same red I ended up using on the Tree Boy. Here it is, Apocalyptic Red. But you're like, that's brown. I promise you, it comes out red. The other option is to use something called, here we go, not that one. Mephiston Red, which is a Citadel color, but I think this one is too bright. It kind of comes out, it's a very red, which is fine. Oh, it's separated. Okay, so we can't do a fair comparison right now, so we're gonna burr. But like you can kind of see the logo for the Dungeon Lounge has like kind of like a two-tone red, and I want to kind of hit the darker red, not the lighter one for now. That should be a better mix now. Yeah, that's better. So you can kind of see like it's a little it is a very vibrant red where get a good look. So I remember when I was painting the Tree Boy in the dawn before there you I remember being concerned about how red it came out. I mean, in the end I liked it. So yeah, you. But yeah, you can see it's a very red. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with Apocalyptic Red. Sometimes it's best you go with your first feeling. And if I don't like how it came out, I can always layer another color on top. All right, so we've got these brushes that I have not used yet. So we're going to try one of these. Not that one. I need something with a pretty good, not that. That's too much of a tip. Nope. No. Nope, that's vented. Nope. Okay, actually, maybe it would be this one. And this one might need the backup. Sorry. How do I open you? Why are you sealed? How dare you be sealed away from me? I might need scissors. I might need to go get scissors. Ah! Thought these had like the folded over plastic thingy to rip them open. I'll be right back. I have to get scissors because I'm an adult and I can use my own scissors. Lord, Lord, where have you gone? Hey. Yeah. Ooh. Fair enough. Thank you, Tater. I mean, I'll probably be able to figure it out, but sometimes you gotta stand on the shoulders of giants. Sometimes you also gotta have dance break. Sorry. I swear I'm an adult that paints miniatures in her spare time. You cannot figure it out. Oh, no. No pressure, eh? Figure it out, bitch. Oops, sorry. I hit the camera with my can. I am very sorry for that. I didn't mean to do it. Unless it was awesome, in which case, yeah, I did that. Don't underestimate my ability to fucky uppy. I'm very good at it. Cat hair. Oh, well, I think I just have to resign myself to the fact that there's going to be little bits of cat hair in my minis. That is a very nice rich red. I do like that. I do like it. It is just 2 parts. Mm. All right. So we're using this dew brush. Artigria. Anyways, we're gonna use one of these. Very stiff tip. Phrasing. All right, so I'm gonna kind of lay it down here first, see if I like it. Nobuo Uematsu is here in my time of need. Which this came out very light. I didn't know. Dance party. I just realized I missed a spot with my dry brushing. Yeah. It is. All right. What was I doing? I want to fix that dry brush I missed. You were still very wet. Be less wet. That's what she said. Speaking of it, better get that paint back out. No, you're not it. You're not it. Where do you go? Tarnished brush. Tarnished. I didn't mean what I said. Liquid gold. You're not it. Liquid copper. There it is. I have moments where it's like, wow, Nobuo Uematsu was good, but I'm sure there's like a successor. And then I hear Nobuo Uematsu and I'm like, fuck it, never mind. Play that man at my funeral. I copy my Google Drive over to, oh, that sounds like a long and tedious process, but probably one of those like secretly necessary. Still so much liquid. Why are you full of liquid? Stop it. Just yeah, sure. Okay, this is the spot I miss. Okay, I'm gonna try and just get in there quickly. There we go. Oh, beta. Okay, then this is why I wanted to get it in first, because it did get a bit on the plate that I was working on. Oh, that's my don't drink water is a very nice rose color. I like it. It's a lovely faint pink. How many rivets to paint around? Harps for no reason. That's not true. There's always... Oh, hello. Welcome back, Block Party. Yeah, I think I made the right call with this red. So it's definitely gonna need 2 coats. You're right. It does look like strawberry milk tea. Doesn't like chocolate. Sorry. The song asked me a question and like, oh, I have to answer it. Be hoping for a miracle. Maybe. I would appreciate a miracle. I wouldn't say no to a miracle. I would say thank you for a miracle. Does the miracle include boba? Baby Metal Like Chocolate? That is a pretty good song. Apparently, I think they put out something new. They've been doing a lot of collabs recently, which is good. Sometimes collabs good. Speaking of food, I saw a boba kit in your store. Have you used one before? No, I've never used a boba kit before, unfortunately. I've only paid for boba. I have never been able to get a boba kit. So I'd be intrigued to try it. But and I'm sure it's probably cheaper to make it home than it is to keep paying for it in real life. Like my understanding is like for all intents and purposes, the reason why boba is so like like I don't know about you guys, but like they are popping up in my area. Like it's like, you know, like oh, a new housing development, boba shop on the corner, right? My understanding is that they're relatively low cost to operate because it is oh, what was I saying? Like it's essentially like a relatively, you know, drink powder for most types of boba, like especially like the simple ones. Yeah, and it's also very trendy as well. So it's a drink that's a meal. Actually, it literally is a calorie count, especially if you're doing the tapiocas, which I mean, I do because I have a problem. Unfortunately, all these songs come on that are like a bop, and I want to dance to them, but then it's like I'm painting and I shouldn't be wiggling while I'm doing that because that's how you make mistakes. I don't know why, but like this part here, it kind of reminds me of the Batman symbol. So I feel like I'm painting like the Batman symbol, which I'm not. This isn't Batman. He's not going to be Batman. You don't need to be Batman to be of value. The best boba spots also offer that. This is true. So the one that is a little more like fancier in the area, they offer these things called ruffles, which are basically croissants that have been run through a waffle press. And oh my God. And then there's also one that offers cheese tarts, which are also very good, but very expensive. Like, honestly, like for what you get. Also today, so I went on a walk. I had to go into the office today, and at lunch I went on a walk. But because it's stupid humid, what I do is I run over to a local, like there's like all through downtown Toronto, there's underground shopping. So I go down in there because one, it's air conditioned, and two, I can walk around and get my walk in without actually, dying in the heat. And I passed by a bunch of like shops, and one was selling whole loaves of Japanese milk bread and like stuffed cream buns and things like that. Oh God, it was so hard not to buy something. I would love to have a whole loaf of Japanese milk bread. I'll just eat the bread. You're supposed to make sandwiches of it. No, I'm just gonna eat the bread. Very tempting, but it was also like it wasn't cheap. Like it was like $8 for like a full loaf of bread, and like considering like a loaf of bread here of an okay quality is like $3 to $4. It's like ugh. I have to be very careful and not just spend my dollars on stupid things. Oh, that red is coming through nicely with the second coat. I like that. You can kind of see it. Yeah, it's coming through a little vibrant on the camera, but it's still good. Yeah. And they also had like, like the melon pan, and like they also had like a mango version, and like they also did like the cream sandwiches where you can get like the strawberries and cream in a sandwich. It's just like why do I only have one stomach? So sorry, we resumed the regular trend on Elizabeth's streams. I have begun talking about food that I want. But yeah, underground shopping. You can look it up in Toronto, in downtown. There's a lot of these underground shopping plazas. The main one is called The Path, all in capitals, PATH, like Path. And there are just stores and stores. A lot of them, like it's kind of become a weirdly liminal space in some locations because a lot of them didn't survive the pandemic, like with the shift to remote working and a lot of people not being in downtown, kind of needing to come downtown anymore. The businesses and like a lot of the like little lunch spots and stuff like that were reliant upon people to kind of like hit them on the either to or from work or on lunch breaks. Didn't survive, unfortunately, which is just how it goes, unfortunately. But so yeah, regardless, space is kind of liminal. Put that bread. The thing is, it's a bread that's like you want to get it local because you don't want to put that in shipping, right? Right. So I probably won't put it on my throne. Now, the alternative would be to try and make it myself. What looks awesome? The shopping? Or did you look up The Path? It is very neat. I think it's a very interesting thing. It is very much like a tourist thing. They're like, come to Toronto. Don't go outside. Go in The Path. Go shopping. Spend money. There's a lot of like little interesting shopping areas in Toronto. Like there's the Kensington Market. There's St. Lawrence Market. There's Young Dundas Square, though I think that it's having its name changed because it turned out that Dundas is a racist asshole, so we're not going to use his name anymore. Or was it Young? I don't know. Could always buy the bread for Christmas. The bowling ball's name is Homer. That's a bit of a lie. I'm sure he would enjoy it too. Like, I'm not going to say like, no, but it is, you got to be careful with shit like that. I very much like I have been on the receiving end of presents that were very clearly meant for the giver. Like either they were trying to like entice me into one of their hobbies that I wasn't interested in, or like they very much meant the present for themselves, but they're like, "Oh, it's yours," and it's like, yeah, but when I inevitably like say for instance, I've got a couple video games like that where it's like, I have no interest in playing this game, and they're like, "Well, I mean, I guess I can play it," and it's like, "So you bought this for yourself, but you should give it a try," and it's like, I don't like because like say for instance, like if you got me like a military shooter, I don't like military shooters. It's not my thing. I like fantasy and or space. It wasn't like anything as bad as Battlefield or anything like that, but like there we go. That's coming out quite nice. I do the red is much more vibrant on camera. Like it's much darker, but I still think I like how it's looking. Always buy the bread for fair enough. Yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, my birthday tends to fall around. I guess now also Grimm's birthday as well. Tends to fall around the same weekend as Canadian Thanksgiving, so it's like I will be good for food. Hee hee. I will be fed, as will Grimm. The only thing is that if for whatever reason you don't like pumpkin pie, you may end up with like I've had a couple birthdays where it's like happy birthday, and it's like, is this just a pumpkin pie? You like pumpkin pie? It's like, yeah, but the pumpkin pie is for Thanksgiving, not my birthday cake. Maybe I should make a birthday cake this year. I've avoided it because I'm bad at it. I'm not good at decorating cakes, but I feel like I have a false sense of bravado now from watching so much of British Bake Off. And also, like, there's more access to resources than there used to be. And also, I found some really good recipes, or rather, not found. There was a book that Lenneth got me, I believe it was last year, for like tea parties and stuff. And there was some really nice cake recipes in there. Now, obviously, they meant you to portion out the cakes because it was meant for a tea party. But if you serve the whole cake, what if you make a cake that looks like a pumpkin pie? Funnily enough, that was what was happening in British Bake Off last night. They were talking about like illusion bakes, the idea of like I said, like making like a steak pie, but it's actually cake or whatever, right? And I don't think I'm that skilled. And often I find like to get the best effects, you got to use fondant, and I don't like fondant at all. Like that stuff is just, ugh. And it's such like a, rant. I don't. Fondant is for decoration. It is not for flavor. And in the end, I want my cake to be delicious. I don't want it to like, looking good is nice, but I ultimately want it to be a good cake. I want it to be a cake that people want seconds. And I find fondant it's good for one, but it's not good for flavor. Let's put it this way. Have you ever had someone who's like, wow, I love fondant? No, not really. Fondant is a means to an end. Give me a cream cheese frosting or a custard or a good buttercream, like a good whipped buttercream. Like not, there are some like buttercreams that are like really, really, really sweet. And I'm not necessarily a big fan of that, but oops. Pretty good. Wait, I missed a spot over here. Buttercream is this. A good solid buttercream will get you far in life. Yeah, maybe I'll just do a full third coat. A third coat is okay. No one is judging you. It is best to have even coverage than uneven coverage. Be careful around these rivets, though. Don't want too much paint to catch. I guess while we're on the topic, what are the best cakes? You could have a cake right now. What cake would it be? If the answer is not a cake but something else, that is also acceptable. Then tell me what the other thing is. I want to know. The one that I've kind of been hankering for lately, funny enough, which is in a cake. I've had like a big hankering for a key lime pie, which I'm guessing because it's summer, you know, a nice citrus flavor. Though I've been told I should try yuzu pies. Those are apparently quite good, or like a yuzu custard. Apparently, are also quite lovely and refreshing. It is hard to choose. It is, and it's like it's so easily like your mood can shift. Like I could wake up one morning and be like, "Damn, I need a carrot cake. I need it now," and then like a half hour later, it'll be like, "Nah, I want a Black Forest cake." I'm also like very susceptible. Like this is the one thing I would say like British Bake Off is bad for. Like I'll see stuff on that and I'll be like, I want that now. Whatever that thing is, I want that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Don't hit the camera with your drink. There we go. Oh, damn, it's almost 10. I feel like I barely did anything. It's already 10. And again, it's been a while since I painted, and all my sense of time on it, it's probably gone off. It's true. I did get started. And I knew this was going to be like a long project. This isn't going to be like a little quick, like the tree man, all things considered, was a relatively short project painting wise. This boy is going to be a project. And that's fine. As the kids would say, this boy is a unit. So many harmonicas. Sir, how dare you? Give me 1 second. Ugh. A little bit of a hand cramp. Ugh. I'm out of practice. How does one punt? Ugh. It's my gremlin position. There we go. Oh, sorry. There. I did the thing again, but I put it too close to me and not close enough to the camera. So I don't know if anyone remembers or not. I started watching on Netflix. They're doing like kind of like a documentary series called Train Wrecks, and it's basically about like different events that have been like went horribly, horribly wrong. Like, and so like the first one I saw was like, funnily enough, the one on like Rob Ford, the old mayor of Toronto. If anyone remembers that news story, and then the one I most recently watched was about Woodstock '99, and like I mean, I remember it kind of passing through the news at the time. Like I wasn't paying that much attention. By that point, I was already like, what was the? It was at a point where it was like I didn't. The only band I really followed at the time that was appearing at Woodstock '99 would have been like maybe Fatboy Slim and Bush. Though at that time, I believe they were known as Bush X because of copyright issues. But anyways, and like just kind of like seeing like the whole like because like the general narrative you heard is that Limp Bizkit came to Woodstock '99, played a set that set the crowd off, and then there was riots. And it was kind of interesting to see, like, sure, Limp Bizkit was definitely a contributing factor. You know, when you literally go to a concert with a bunch of disgruntled people and then start singing Break Stuff, which is literally one of the titles of their songs, people may start to follow the instructions. But there was like just like this whole discussion about like all the corners and stuff that were cut, and like how like it just became like this perfect storm of like in this, and obviously with the documentary was kind of presenting like it was a foregone conclusion there was going to be problems, and it's like, yeah, for sure, when you cut corners and make sure that, you know, people can't bring food in for 3 days, the only food available has been like sponsored food, is like sponsored vendors, and they're all charging like an arm and a leg for like the basics, and like people couldn't bring in any outside food or outside water, and the water that was inside ended up contaminated, so it wasn't usable. So guess what? Bottles of water are suddenly $8, and this is in 1999 dollar dues. And it was just it was very sad, but also like interesting, I guess is the best way to put it. Especially because like I was not obviously around on the earth at the time of the original Woodstock, but like you hear like a lot of nice stories about it, and like it's kind of a shame that you'll never get something like that again. We could all use a little peace and love and harmony and community, but sometimes that's not how it goes. Oops, sorry. Oh, this guy's got little speed vents, which is probably not what they're supposed to be, but I've decided they're speed vents. I'm not taking discussions. These are speed holes. They make the mech go faster. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. More CanCon. I've honestly like always been like interested in attending a music festival, like not necessarily Woodstock, but like just one in general. But I've always been so like intimidated by it because one, I am a fragile person who requires a very temperature controlled environment, and outdoors is not temperature controlled. So you kind of need very good weather for like multiple days. And I don't trust weather to behave for more than 5 seconds. And the other thing is these venues are often like on ground, right? They're on the grass or whatever. And I am not very tall. I'm not the shortest member of the Dungeon Lounge, but I am still relatively short. And that means if someone doesn't want me to see the stage because they are tall, I don't get to see a concert I paid money for. So I generally, when I do go to concerts, I tend to go to like fixed seating or like, you know, like the tiered seating, right? So that way, you know, if there is a tall person in front of me, I can still see the concert that I'm paying money for. So it's a thing. Also, I don't like camping, and like a lot of these festivals, you're basically camping because you don't get like access to cabins and stuff. And I am, as I said, delicate. I do not camp. I require access to things like showers and plumbing. Like people make jokes about glamping, and it's like, but that's the only way I'm gonna go. Also, there better be a power outlet for my Nintendo Switch. Like, but we're going fishing. No, you're going fishing. I'm playing Nintendo Switch. I will maybe fish at Animal Crossing. I will not fish in real life because I'm bad at it. No, not bad is the wrong word. I don't want to deal with worms and bait and things. Blech. Also, I would feel bad for the fish, which is weird considering I'm a very voracious sushi fan. But like, if I were to like capture a fish and then see like it's on the hook and struggling, I'll just be like, I've done something terrible. I've been worse. I'm not. People are like, you should be connected with the food chain and blah blah blah. Nope. Bring me the fish already killed. I do not want to look in its eyes. I do not want to, whatever, or acknowledge its existence as a living creature. Had its only it. Artificial lizard, fair enough. Okay. My parents' last camp, the camper had a shower and a generator. That's nice. That's good. Like a lot of places do offer that, but a lot of the campsites in this area are usually associated with the provincial parks, and there's not a lot of ones that are connected to like power and stuff. Like most of them are like assuming you're going to be roughing it. Like when my uncle way back in the day had a cottage, that I was good with. Like, take me to the cottage. There's, a place you can kind of escape to if you need to get out of the sun. You have a bed. So like that's all good. Again, showers. Nothing. One, you were meant, but what's so bad about dying anyway? That was a depressing lyric to sing. I wasn't thinking. Sorry. Get the red in the little holes by the. I'm not sure if it's a fleur. It's not. It's not a fleur de lis, but it's like a. It's like a pointy something. Pointy something something. I always find it's like so like impressive, like how much like a little paint can change how a model looks. Change the vibe. There's a person I actually follow. I think it's on Instagram. Her name is Vamp Artistry, and she does a really nice. She does like completely like pastel versions of like Warhammer minis. So like beautiful pink and baby blue, space marines, and like she does the Sisters of Battle, and like they all look like magical girls. She gets like the little like rhinestones that you use on like nail art and things like that, and then she puts it on like as a trail on the cape and things like that, and I love them. I love them so much. Hello, Cavalcadence. Hey, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Hopefully the clouds have cleared up. I might, after stream, try and take a look outside and see if I can see the meteor shower, because it should be in its apex. But we'll see. It really depends on whether or not the clouds cleared up. It may not have, in which case I'll just have to make sad faces. Just imagine a meteor shower. And again, this one's like an annual one, so it's not like, oh, I'm going to miss it for the next 75 years if I don't see it. Which, I mean, functionally means you're not going to see it because I'd love to live for another. We share magic. Oh, yes, definitely. I'll grab some choice shots and put them in the Discord later. That sounds like a good plan. There's a few artists that I've seen that are doing like pastel series of like Warhammer models, and I am 100% here for it. Because they just look so pretty. Right, camera. And that's one thing I have to say I do like about, like, even though I'm not necessarily a fan of like the tabletop game or what have you, I like being able to have like this model that is yours. Like, this is very, this is going to be my model. It's going to be the Dungeon Lounge's, Imperial Knight. It's going to be personal to me. And I like that. I really like that. Where, if I had just, the it isn't something that, you get from just like, buying a figure, Just don't get me wrong. I will buy a figure if I like it too, but it's kind of nice to be able to kind of put your own stamp on something and be like, this is mine. Yeah. You know what? Don't limit yourself. You can conquer or save the world. Whatever version of the world you want, you may have. Hello, Muse. How are you? You might need to put a bit more water in this paint. It's starting to get a little gloopy. You know what? I'm gonna do this. And look, okay. Try and get my hand a little more comfortable. That's okay. Hand cramps are part of the process. Grabbed a little too much paint. I gotta spread it out. Spread it out. Gotta get this foot up here. There we go. One more coat to go. Put it down for a second and stretch my hand out. Ugh. Crack the knuckles, crack them. I'm just gonna get that blood circulation going. Ooh. So I'm looking at my hands now, and it's like, do I need to paint my nails before Friday? A little bit more water. Up a little bit. What do you got planned next, Spotify? A little bit of a direction, but okay. Funny enough, I do get to actually see this band in September, and I'm excited for that. So I don't know if they're going to bring the vocalist. They don't always bring the vocalist. Sometimes they just do instrumental versions, since the band is primarily electric cellos. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Trolley Mog. Hello, everyone. Welcome on into the Dungeon Lounge. It is me, Elizabeth. I am working on The Boy. I'm working on an Imperial Knight. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. What are you doing? What were you doing? Let me just truthfully shout out during the dramatic music. Also, it was your birthday today, wasn't it, Trolley Mog? Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm painting an Imperial Knight in Dungeon Lounge colors. Yes. So this is his feet. And then we have his face and head. I just dropped a piece on the floor. Of course, it's in black, so I can't find it now. Oh no. There it is. I found it. We're good. All is safe. And this is I have been saying that this boy is going to go fight the fires of Northern Ontario. Birthday is on the 26th. Okay. Fair enough. So we've got chainsaw for cutting down brush and trees, and then this is the hose. This is going to put out the fires. Because that's my new headcanon. It's true. It's probably someone's birthday. Whoever's birthday it is out there, happy birthday. But also, taking a page from Alice in Wonderland, happy unbirthday to everyone whose birthday it isn't. There we go. We've included everyone, except for people who don't observe birthdays at all. But that's silly. You should have a birthday. Thank you. Well, I did the shout out and I literally missed what it said. Artist Impact. What kind of game is that? The hand-drawn, cute post-apocalyptic. Oh, that sounds really does. That does sound like a very nice very nice game to play. I was very pleased with myself, or maybe not pleased with myself. I recently went on GOG because they have like a bunch of I think it was called like their story sale or something, but like a bunch of like their story driven games. They put on quite some deep discounts. So I ended up picking up 2 games that I thought might be fun to stream at some point. One is called Felix the Reaper, and I got that for $1.50, which is like damn. And it's about apparently a little Reaper that wants to impress a girl, and so he can't talk to her because he's a Reaper, right? Reapers don't talk to the living. So he wants to learn how to dance so we can impress her with dancing. And I'm like, I am sold on this concept 100%. Ooh, have a good snack, Charlie Mug. And the other game I picked up is it's an older game. It came out in the days of the 360, and it's called Deadly Premonition. And it is a game. So Alan Wake takes a lot of its inspiration from Twin Peaks. Deadly Premonition is when a Japanese developer is also very inspired by Twin Peaks. So that will give you an idea of what it might be like. It's very surreal, and it's a fun game. I'm going to try my best. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. So I'm not going to worry too much about the framing because I'm going to do the rest of this side, and then we can kind of frame up and then figure out what I want to do with this. I think the word is a tabard. Tabernacle. Like, I have to figure out what I want to kind of like, what kind of heraldry thing I want to do in here. I'm not too sure yet. Because I can't leave it blank. It's got to be something. Yeah. Yeah, we're dancing, having some jams while we're painting. Yeah. But when I do finish Claire Obscure, my plan is to play. It'll be like a one shot type of like game. It's called Dead Take, which I've talked about. I think I've talked about on the Discord before. It is a horror game, so I'll have to be very brave. And it came out not long ago, and it includes both the voice actors of Asterion, as well as the voice actor of Verso, Ben Starr, and like Matt Mercer, like a lot of kind of like, if you follow voice actors, a lot of recognizable talent, or if you follow Critical Role, I guess would be the other one. But yeah, so yeah, they are everywhere. I feel like there was like, okay, OBS says it's reconnected. Am I here? Hello? Hello? I'm still alive. There we go. Let's try and I am here. OBS says it's running. The ticker is ticking. Ticking. Yeah, please. Oh no, I think that was my internet was fine. OBS, I think, had a minor crash. Like, it didn't full crash, but it was like because like normally when I have an internet drop, OBS continues running and I get dropped frames. In this case, I have no dropped frames, but what was I gonna say? I have no drop frames, but OBS disconnected itself. So I'm not too sure what happened there. That was a little weird. But we're gonna just hope that was a little hiccup. Welcome back, SiriBot. Thank you. SiriBot's here. So hopefully that was just a little bit of a blip on OBS's end. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what happened. Because usually it's the other way. It's usually that I get dropped frames and the internet drops. So I'm not. We're okay, so I probably shouldn't fuss about it too much, but it was a little bit weird. Definitely worth monitoring. And I will check in with Grim to see if anything happened on his end. Oh, I have some messages actually. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's a straight out disconnect. Okay, because yeah, Stream Elements disconnected again, and the lounge just did a live notification. So yeah, it was a full out disconnect. Boo, laboo. Oh well. Oh, hey, I like how Suribot responds sometimes. It's very cute. I appreciate. Yeah, there you go. That's gonna be annoying because that means the VOD's gonna be in 2 pieces. Boo. Yeah, I mean, oh, it just happened again. All right. Hopefully, I'm back online. Again, it's weird this time. It's like 'cause I caught it more when it started happening. Like it all of a sudden just was like frames were dropping, and then was like, no, actually, you're just ugh. Let me send a quick. I'm gonna send a quick message to Grim. All right. Well, Grim says he's not seeing anything on his end, so fingers crossed. We just proceed, and hopefully it doesn't happen a third time, and we don't talk about it, because if I talk about it, it will definitely happen again. Because like if it was, it's weird because like my Spotify didn't break at all. Like you think if the internet was going, my Spotify would disconnect, right? Because that works on the internet, but it didn't. Oh well, we're not talking about it. Everything's fine now. We're just gonna get back to painting. We're just gonna paint. We're going to paint, and everything's fine now. Everything's good. How are you? Hello, Licky Glock. We definitely did not have a major disconnection twice in a row.
Hello, it's Handyman Grim checking on what needs the handy. I can't fix internet.
I know. Oops. I mean, hopefully nothing further happens.
Yeah. Did Grim just offer handy, so you can get a handshake. That's all you're going to get.
Oh, phrasing. I've been summoned by the glitches. All right. Well, now that you're here, the glitches have to go away, right? Right, Licky Glock?
Yeah, no, I wasn't having issues.
Well, it was weird because, like, say for instance, my Spotify was fine, and like you can see there, it's not saying any dropped frames. It's that OBS is reconnecting.
You mean that in here?
Like it was here.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times. I don't know what causes that, and I've had it happen during when I'm solo streaming, and it explicitly tells me Twitch chat is reconnecting.
Yeah, like I get that too.
And I don't know what causes it, and I really don't know how to fix it. But
the thing is, it hasn't. This is the first time I've ever had that.
Thing is, it hasn't crashed anything. So
yeah, so you're just like. Ugh.
It's like that error message that has been there for 3 hours, and you're like, nothing's happened. I will click it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Not the ads. Boo.
The ads.
The ads. The buzz. As def. No, I do need to. I just noticed another spot that I need to get painted to somehow.
Nah.
The ads are also acting funny. Maybe it's something on Twitch's end then.
It could be that.
Because as I said, like I've been solo streaming in this network setup for a while now, and this is my first time ever seeing that error. And like other internet things like Spotify just continued a-okay. Like my this disconnected, but that's only because it's connecting to OBS, so it's going to Twitch, please. I feel like I should just stop talking about it and just move on. I feel like I'm going to invite the error to happen again if I talk about it. We're going to just have it help me stitch another VOD, Grim. Sorry.
That's fine.
Thank you in advance.
Somebody's trying to help me with something on Blue Sky.
Oh yeah?
But they don't seem to be grasping what my problem is.
What is the problem?
So, for context for chat, so what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to set up something with existing bots that already exist within Twitch itself. Maybe something like SiriBot or Nightbot, where, so if you're aware, Twitch is trying to crack down a little bit on lurkers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They want any level of interaction. So I'm like, okay, well, let's trick it a little bit. Let's go with a 1-point redeem of like, hey, you've collected your daily boba or whatever. You've checked in for today's boba stream, whatever. It's just to get an interaction fee, right? Now, the thing is that I would find it fun if there was some sort of counter associated with it. Like, oh, this is the, Peter's checked in for today. This is his 36th boba that he's collected, right? Now, okay, thanks for
thanks for catching up, stream elements.
Yeah. The problem is that a lot of these bots that do exist, but they all, for some fucking reason or another, they need to be set up and ran through an application that needs to be opened while you're streaming.
Ugh.
Because it's a bot that needs to output based on a command or a redeem that it sees. Okay. I don't want that. So I put up the request on Blue Sky, like, hey, does anybody know a solution for this? And there's a couple of people who mentioned bots, but I explicitly told them, it's like, we are 4 different people on 4 different computers, and it's like, oh yeah, but just one person needs it on when the stream is live, and I'm like,
but we all stream at different times. Like it's not one continuous host computer.
Yeah, like we're not in, and I keep having to further explain this. It's like, oh well, that's like. The chain of events and the chain of conversation has just been incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, it does sound frustrating. Also, welcome back, Mo. Sorry that you had to reload again. I'm sorry, my internet connection seems to be poop, or something's connection is poop.
Time to get a continuous host computer? No. That seems incredibly redundant for 4 people on 4 different locations in 3 different houses. Like, what is that going to do for Sasha? And what is that going to do for Flora? It'll work for us. At the same time, like, what does that do? Like, a host computer, you got to keep in mind, is there's a floor between us. So there's...
Or rather, our tech setup.
There's a floor between us, as in there's a literal ceiling and, for me, ground between us, which means linking up a computer with cables is going to be running it through walls and concrete that we can't drill through.
Condo
rules.
Because
the condo rules don't allow it, and also I didn't want to drill into I don't like popcorn ceiling like this one, but I don't like the solution either.
No one likes popcorn ceiling.
Yeah. There is some logic to getting a host computer, but if this was all in the same room, I would agree, but this is not.
Mm.
I mean, nothing stops us from just setting up the redeem of like, hey, X has redeemed.
And then not worry about the streak for now.
Yeah, streak, or, well, there's a check-in streak thing that I know some people have, but I need to check in. To be blunt, the only person that I know of that is easily reachable that could give me information is El Hornet from Pendulum. And while I'm in touch with him, I don't really go like, hi, tell me about your Twitch setup.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can ask him music questions. I'm not about to fucking ask him about, hey, could you tell me about your Twitch stream?
Can you do a fellow streamer a solid?
Yeah. That's organizing times as it is. I think right now he's over playing a DJ set.
Oh damn.
Somewhere in the world. Fuck it.
Well, he's usually in Australia, isn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, he's on the Gold Coast. But
Dang.
when Pendulum is performing live with like the band, there's the Pendulum DJ setup, which is him. So but he's still everywhere.
Man.
But it's like, hey, don't you know? Also, it might be a Twitch partner thing as opposed to affiliate.
Yeah, he's a bigger dude.
Yeah, and he streams for an hour every single time, but he does like a continuous DJ set for an hour and then he pops off.
Yeah.
He does it like every day to try to get practice in.
Ah, cool.
Not that he needs it.
Oh, I mean, I can understand the idea of just like, keeping the, for lack of a better term, ring rust off,
Yeah, I mean, I find his setup really, really cool because he has like the regular DJ setup, like the digital decks and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But something that he has with Twitch Redeem, where people can either stop the song and just you have to start from scratch, right, and just reset up a flow in any kind of way. But also, he has such a huge LP collection that one of the redeems, I believe, is just get an LP randomly, like blindly pick from one of the wall and just mix it into whatever you're doing.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah, I can see what that'd be like good practice because it's like,
I mean, the dude's also ancient. So
I dread to hear what you think ancient is. Okay.
like one of the interactions when I enter the chat is like, is that another gray hair that I see there? Well, because his name is Paul. He goes like, shout out to the Grim Fables, you cunt.
Well, it is. You have to be mindful of calling out the grays.
Of course. And he is Australian.
Yeah. Yeah, cunt has a different connotation for the British and the colonies.
Shout out to the Grim Fables, you cunt.
That's not quite an Australian accent, but
no, he does it in that accent.
Okay.
I was distracted. What does Grim think is Asian? Oh no, it's just for the fact of I call the guy. I think he's just approaching 50. Like he's just turning 50 this year or next year.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, because I remember, because I was talking a little bit earlier about that Woodstock documentary and seeing Fat Boy Slim.
Yeah.
And being like, oh my God, we're all going to die. Like, Fat Boy Slim he generally kind of never was into his own music videos or anything like that. So you generally didn't see him. But like seeing the footage of him performing in Woodstock and then seeing the footage of him now, and it's like, oh my God, the ravages of time have come for us all.
I mean, he still looks good for 62.
Yeah, for sure. God, he's 62. Like, yes, he does 100% look good for 62, but Fat Boy Slim is 62. Yeah. But then again, I keep forgetting, like, when he had his quote-unquote heyday, I think he was already at that point in his late 30s or 40s.
Yeah, something like that. He was already a pretty decent age when he was at the peak of the discotheque like era.
Yeah.
Which was more or less where he was most relevant. Not that he's not relevant during festivals, but it's a different
thing, yeah.
Yeah. It was different it had a different connotation to say clubs. You were playing club. Okay, well, it wasn't treated as the DJ performances that they are now. No, it was just there's a dance floor and there's a DJ and you just met up there, got drink, got food.
Ah, damn it. Oh no.
You do?
I got some paint on the tabard.
Okay.
Not the worst. I can always
make it work.
No, it's just more I don't want it there. I can get it out or paint over it, but
the ravages of time come for us all.
It's cool.
We are the oldest 27-year-old.
Says you. That's good, isn't it? The thing worked.
As long as it isn't just kill computer.
Yeah. what was that old joke? Was it Alt F? No, something. It was like do like this line, and it like fixes the computer virus, and it's like just it forces a reboot or something.
Does not want to be a Linux expert at my age.
Why not?
Okay, well, then why aren't you on Windows?
Don't use Linux. There's one very way not to be a good way not to be a Linux expert. Don't
Oh
use
no,
Linux.
the choice I made myself willingly that I can reverse at any point in time. Who has subjected me to these hardships? I wonder who this sign is for. Because Raspberry Pi suck running Windows. I know, but there's other environments you can get Ubuntu. If you wanted to get a GUI environment. I know I have a Raspberry Pi, and I fucking hate setting that thing up every single time.
Yeah, I usually hear that. So usually when I hear the swearing.
Yeah. So, like, as somebody who has my entire life played games like League of Legends and Call of Duty and stuff like that, I have never been more frustrated than setting up a Raspberry Pi to do a single function. Because if you start ground up, start making mistakes already, it is harder to fix the further you go. Installing from the Pi GUI is a pain. Not really. You can load the command prompt either way. You just have a virtual or an actual file explorer to use.
I've never used a Raspberry Pi. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Basically, you use command for everything. CMD.
Which I mean, I guess that makes sense. You don't have, why would it have Windows installed on it?
Yeah, but there is a GUI is basically a graphic interface. Like what you see right in front of you with Windows and everything is essentially the same.
The GUI, yeah.
Cash Redeem have Liz use Pi for what?
What would I use it for?
I've thought about making the Pi that I have upstairs because I'm not really using it anymore. Originally, it was set up to work with Boundary BTT, but considering I let the domain expire, or I am letting the domain expire, I can't really have a website to post it on anymore, and I kind of wanted to do that because security. I thought about making it into an old classic games machine, like a big old emulator box.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You put Mother 3 on it, and then I could play it, and then I could cry.
No, there's a local game shop that has it as well. We can just overspend the money, cry for the money we spent, cry playing the game.
Yeah.
and then cry getting it back because we already took it out of the package. Take a cup saying nerd. I know. That's rude.
And then unfortunately that
emote broke so hard.
That emote did not want to load.
Trying to get my Pi, it does collect very useful by having a front end for my laser engraver instead of using my laptop, because the USB on the laptop are always keep the laser engraver on.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Nerd.
The one thing I'll say is if you need a computer to basically do a singular function and nothing else and have it be just on all the time without much power consumption, a Pi is good. But setting them up to be functional the entire way through is up. Hey, baby.
All my emotes are broken. I'm assuming it's because OBS has crashed 2 times.
I think it's on Twitch's end.
Maybe.
Because they're also not showing up. Well, also not really showing up in the chat overlay.
Oh, yeah.
Your guys broke it.
Maybe that's why we're having disconnects with fucking Twitch. How dare you, Twitch? You gotta be better by Friday. I'm gonna have a cry fest, and I can't have the game. Can't have my stream being interrupted.
Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, well, heck, Laura's streaming tomorrow. We need it by Wednesday. Twitch, sort your shit.
Grim, I learned about. I can't quit. Oh, XRDS. Yeah, which one am I? I mean, you mean remote desktop? You could just.
Why are you worrying about Linux?
You can just SSH into it. Skip putty. Not that hard.
Is that like Bonsai Buddy?
I wish.
Uh-huh.
SSH sucks. It's the same thing. You're getting a virtual desktop environment. You just don't get to do file transfers directly. Just set up a Dropbox, which you can access with a GUI, which means you should probably be using Windows instead. It's what else are you doing?
Lord. Stop fighting.
The nerds are fighting.
The nerds are fighting. Stop it. Stop it.
Start yelling in lead speak.
Trying to figure out, do I want to maybe, I still don't know what to paint in here. What paint?
Look at a giant swinging penis.
No.
It needs.
No. You really want, this is supposed to be a night that represents the dungeon lounge and has our heraldry on it, and then you want to put a big dong on it.
It'd be funny.
No.
It'd be
No.
funny.
This is a loving tribute. This is a loving tribute, not a
What the
bluff.
fuck do you want on it? You know what you don't want on it. You
What?
should narrow it down.
Alright. Maybe
I
I'll
don't even paint teacup cup. I don't have the hand for it.
at least I think layer down a base color.
I've had to do things with like tiny screws and everything, and like tiny screwdrivers, and let's see it happen. Okay, like I have a trembling hand and everything. I'm not very steady. I'm good in the kitchen. That's all. SSH is all command line, and my previous. I'm gonna stop reading the rest of this. You wanted to do everything via Linux and command line to begin with, so why is SSH being command line a bad thing? You're getting the thing you wanted. Oh, if it's about skills, yeah, no, that makes sense. I have to Google everything. I'm not even saying.
Don't underestimate the power of Googling on the job.
Who said I want to do everything in command line? You're using command line. You didn't want to run a GUI.
You're using command line.
That's the right wording for it. Pick up.
Yeah. Ow. I stabbed myself with a paintbrush.
Hey, don't do that.
It's fine.
Are you gonna make the scabbard like a different color on the outline?
Yeah, I think so.
You're ready for that.
Well, so like these ones are going to be, so you know, like the Dungeon Lounge logo has like the dark red and then that tan. So the plan for this is to do the tan here. I'm not too sure if I want to do that here, if I want to use a different red. I'm leaving it open for now.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I think it might have been smarter to do it the other way around. Like, not as in the colors, but start with the outside layer so you can just paint the whole thing and then go with the red over it so that it has an undercoat, which just solidifies the color a little more, and you don't have to worry about the color at the edge.
I don't know what you mean.
So, okay. Present me a piece. You see the outline?
Yes.
If you had just done the whole thing in like the outline color and then just go with the red over in the part you don't want that color.
You can do it that way. I find, especially if you're using a light color, you have to be careful of going over it because the undercolor kind of informs the brightness.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I was thinking about undercoat, but you know.
Like I find with painting, there's no one path.
No. I've seen the ones where these are the ones I find really, really fucking cool. Where people do these giant like paintings and whatever, and they first do an entire underlayer, then another layer over it, and then they paint or use painter's tape. Go over the painter's tape and everything, then tear the paint off, and you get like the really sharp, strict lines. And everything.
Yeah.
It's really cool the way that's done.
It is definitely something that if I was doing certain things, I would definitely consider using the painting tape, as you said, for like the sharp edges, because like a lot of nights will include like almost like, you know, those like yellow and black hazard stripes.
Yeah.
They always recommend if you're going to do that, tape it, like tape down. You're not going to get straighter lines
No, of course.
by freehanding it. You will not. You shan't. All right, I think that needs one more coat. Gotta try and keep it nice and thin because I don't want the brush strokes to be too visible. With the baby. Eat the bear.
She's rubbing up on my legs, going circles.
Oh no.
Going from food, eating one thing.
One itty bitty morsel. I'm starving. Did you know I have never eaten before in my whole entire life?
See that tail swinging here? I'm gonna get.
So you do know at this point you can't leave because as soon as you leave, my OBS will crash.
Yeah.
I want you to know that.
Oh, so I'm forced to co-host now.
Yes.
As I'm doing underarm push-ups off the fucking wall or something.
Honestly, if you do want, I'm not going to force you to say if you do want to go like somewhere else, like by all means, you don't have to sit here and lurk. But I was just kind of making a joke. What?
Sit here and lurk.
I
have evolved from being a chat lurker. I've come to your home.
I am lurking in IRL.
I am standing menacingly over you. Hey,
yeah.
Occasionally making comments. I don't even find it okay anymore that you have to read my messages through text. I need you to.
I need to be acknowledged. All right, so I'll do
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not that back for.
I wasn't okay with the parasocial. I want immediate social.
I want IRL social now.
Yeah. I want to be hostile.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Is this the right? This is going to be too dark. No, get down. There we go. Dance for me, black paint. Yeah. It's spinning.
No, when I say that the thing should be a swinging dong or whatever, no, it's not fun. But you can have this little vibrator stand over there and everything.
It shakes the paint. It makes it go burr. Don't make it sound like that. You have a problem. This is a scientific device. This is meant for like shaking up test tubes. It is. It is. You're the one perverting science. Did you know that? Ooh.
What happened there?
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. Not that one. Not that one. Nope. 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 There it is. Don't ruin the good name of the paint burr machine. There you go. Chat will stand up to you for this.
I'm actually doing some sort of like workout right now.
Oh no.
Well, I have to entertain myself some.
Oh no. You're saying chat isn't entertaining enough for you?
It'll be here.
Oh,
Oh well. Everything's blurry.
sure enough.
I'm gone glass.
What glass is?
Got magnifying.
Don't call her Stinker. She has a name. Not Stinker.
Stinky.
Stinky.
Smelly.
Doesn't have that.
She responds to smell.
Does not.
She did. Okay. See?
She thinks she's getting treats. Also, you picked her up.
That's being picked up. And I look at you.
True.
You look at me. You want to jump? Gonna jump on the painting?
Don't jump on the painting. You should not.
Yeah, let's go. This way. Oh, how much?
There we go.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
I have a question for those that are here that are potentially going to be here for the Nuzlocke challenge.
No.
I'm going to do this via redeems because we're talking about redeems earlier anyway. I'm going to be having a naming redeem, so you can. It's a very low amount of points, but you're going to be able to name Pokemon by way of redeem. I have in mind for a relatively large amount, you get to choose which Pokemon, except for my starter, gets tossed. You get to choose which just goes.
No.
Oh, hey, it's the other baby. They're both. They're looking at your minis collection.
No.
What is some other stuff you guys would want?
Hmm.
Like, what do you guys think could be fun?
That might be too late.
Throw the Pokemon away. I'll put them in a box, in the little computer box of like, do not access. I'm not going to toss them away, as in like release them, that type thing. I'm going to keep them, but I'm going to put them in a box. And I can't pick them back up, basically. So that at the end we can sort of like take a look, like, okay, well, these are the ones we had to discard. But they're effectively eliminated from the run. You know what I mean? I would name them after chat, but I feel like maybe like at best 5 to 10 people show up, and that kind of eliminates the amount of things very, very quickly. You're still fine.
No, I'm just fixing that.
So I'm just making the redeem, choose a name. Yeah.
Just pausing it.
What are you doing?
I wanted to look at the logo, but now I needed to see that it was all better. I guess I didn't need to go here. I thought it'd be faster than going through my personal files.
I mean, you also have a thing here you could turn on.
I suppose.
But you're nearly at.
It's true. No, that is too late. Okay. It needs to be more yellow.
You look like a bronzish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I can mix these two?
How about I choose the starter redeem? Unfortunately, I do have a starter that I want to start with, which is a shiny Shinx. That is my only requirement. Would that be better done as a pull? It'd be a one-time thing is the problem. You know what I mean? Like, I could only do that at the beginning. Like, I can only really open the stream with that, you know what I mean? And then play. Jinx is not the strongest opener as it is anyway. I feel
No.
like a lot of the other starters are much stronger.
Yeah, that's the right color.
Like Turtwig and Piplup and I forget the third one. Those are very, very strong starters.
Especially because like Shinx doesn't start with electric moves.
Exactly. And to be blunt, if I go to fire type, I am basically set for the entire early game. I've never struggled in any of the Pokemon games going with a fire type early on. If I choose grass, that's going for late game. There's probably a whole strategy with that's the way
it depends. At least with the original Pokemon games, the idea is that each starter was quietly setting a difficulty mode.
Yeah.
With the fire type, as you said, being considered quote unquote hard mode because it really only pays off in the late game. Charizard was very much meant to be a late game payoff. And considered to start out the weakest of the three. I believe the water type was considered quote unquote easy mode because the first two gyms have Pokemon that are weak to water. Because I think the first gym is rock or ground. It's rock.
What are you talking about? Platinum specifically?
This is the original Pokemon, red and green, or red and blue. And then the green Pokemon's kind of meant to be in the middle, where it was kind of like you're not going in with any weaknesses. Because that was a big thing. Is also I think fire is weak to rock, so you go into the first gym with a weak Pokemon as your primary potentially.
And I find that a lot of the fire types like eliminate a lot of their own weaknesses because it's like, oh no, I'm going to a water gym with a fire type. Yeah, but all fire types so far have other moves that have different elements other than just being straight up fire. Like if you want to take Charizard, well, Charmander at that time, then going up to Charizard becomes a flying type. He has flying.
Yeah, but you won't be at the point at which you encounter the water gym. You won't have the flying type because that won't be until late game.
You didn't. And some runs where I went straight for the evolution.
Okay, yes, but that requires a lot of grinding because like I think that requires level 30, and that gym is like you're maybe hitting it around 10, 15 if you're not grinding.
If I remember correctly, the first one is actually the flying type with Pidgeotto and stuff like that. That's the first one. I don't remember the second one was rock.
I'm trying to remember. The first gym in I just noticed Throne is acting up. That must have been accurate. Yeah.
Gym order doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And technically you can out of order a few of them.
Yeah.
I think like the poison one towards the end you could out of order it quite easily.
So okay, you're correct. It was Pewter Gym. Rock is rock. Misty is water, which is the second. Then it's electric in Vermilion.
Right.
Then grass with Erica, and then I believe it starts to vary it up a little bit.
Yeah, because then you can kind of change your order if you wanted to.
Yeah. I think by that time you get fly and cut. And
I think the last one is Giovanni.
Awesome. Yeah.
Who I don't think fixes a type. He's, the leader of Team Rocket. I think the big gimmick is that he has a powerful Persian.
Yeah. All right. I'm going upstairs.
Yep.
I
should be wrapping up. So yeah, I did mix a color I like, but I don't like having to remix a color between streams because I'll never be able to recreate that exact blend again. So we'll just admire that I've made the color I like, but then I'll probably be cleaning up from here. So yeah, the confirmed mix is these two paints, Relic White and Bannerman's Yellow. Bye, green. And then we can pick that up next week. But yeah, so like next week I'll probably be working on these framing pieces. I'll need to figure out what I want to do about all the interiors, and I'll have to figure out what I want to do with his feet. And this. But that is all next week's problem. Yep. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me for today's stream. And thank you very much again to Trolley Mog for the raid. Very appreciated. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Yeah, I apologize for all the technical difficulties. Hopefully the VOD isn't in too many pieces when I go look at it after this. But hopefully Laura doesn't have these problems. I'll definitely give her a heads up to watch out for it. Fingers crossed she doesn't. Because I know she's got plans for Wednesday. Speaking of, let's go over to the schedule. Ta-da! So we have a schedule. I will open it. Ta-da! So tomorrow on Wednesday, Laura will be back with more Liza P. Overture at 2 p.m. She says she thinks she's going to be beating it on Tuesday. I'm Tuesday. Wednesday. And yeah, see her journeys through the beautiful Rose Estate. Grim, as mentioned, will be back on Thursday. where he'll be starting his Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke randomized playthrough. He was able to get all that sorted out and figured out, and he's going to do it. And then on Friday, I will be back at 8 p.m. And I'm going to be continuing with Claire Obscure and aiming to beat that game. Beat that game. No stream on Saturday. Sunday stream, as mentioned before, is a little bit on the iffiness. Flora for sure is unavailable. Grim and I sit in the, we're going to see how we're feeling. We have an event to go to on Saturday, and we may or may not be dead for Sunday, or suffering from heat exhaustion or various bleh. Anyway, so we'll see. And then circling back around on Monday, Laura should be back by then to continue her playthrough of Yakuza 5. She thinks she's very close to the end. And then I'll be back next Tuesday with the boy, the mini boy. All right. I can see Nightbot's already doing the Nightbot's work. I'll just quickly add on the Discord. Oh, okay. Or I won't. Because apparently it said that my message failed to send. Hey. I can try that again. I may not be able to raid. Oh. Which seems, I feel like at this point I might have to like, yeah, the message failed to send. Oh. Let's try it from here. There we go. It worked there. Okay, so yeah, OBS is just having a time. I might have to do my raid from in here. I think the disconnects had their way with it. Finally, our YouTube for VODs. All right. Let us find someone to raid. And get this stream wrapped up before I before things break any further. All right, so Mo is live, currently actually playing some Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which seems in keeping with what I was currently working on. A different Mo than you, Mo SSD. Though if you do stream, please let us know. We can always take a look at that at some point. But this is Moel Baggio. Let me just get that command going. Flaming Mo's? I don't know if he's flaming. I haven't asked. You can ask him once we get over there. Oh yeah, no. OBS is good and broke. Oh, you're a speedrunner. Very cool. What kind of games do you speedrun? Just quickly before I gotta go. I believe the command is... There we go. P-A-G-G-I-O. Okay. There, I think I got that correct. You asked. Only animal. Fair enough. Fair enough. I haven't played Animal Well myself, though I know Trolley Mog said she did a playthrough of it, and I know Floor is very interested in playing it. I don't know if she played it off stream or not, but yeah. You're not back till Sunday? Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, well, I'm going to get the raid going. Have a great rest of your day. If you happen to have clear skies and are in the right location, maybe go check out a meteor shower. That sounds like fun. I'm going to try anyways. Take care of yourselves. Try and avoid the heat. And I'm going to get this raid going. Boop. Hopefully it works. I said go. There we go. 10-4, Licky Glock. Give them kitties some loves. I will give Feral Beast 1 and Feral Beast 2. So I did type the raid command. I don't know if it worked or not. I don't see the page or anything. This has definitely been some scuff. I'm not seeing that the raid has gone off. Let me try it from here. Nope, wrong command. I want to go, Twitch. I want to stop streaming. Please. Yeah, I know. The raid command didn't go off. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. Okay, it's saying there's no match found. Did I get it? Did I spell it wrong? It's hard doing it with this one. Some of the stuff that I rely on stream isn't working. Ah. No, please copy. Ah. I do not know what I'm doing wrong. I apologize. And I have a feeling I'm spelling it wrong. I just don't know where I've messed up the spelling, and I apologize. I'm very sorry about this. I'm getting sorry. This rating should be simple. Okay, let me try this. Please go. Please. The problem is my stream manager isn't working properly right now because I've had those two disconnects have messed with all my interfaces and nothing's working properly. Like, yeah, that's usually what I use. I usually go to stream manager and make sure I'm getting it properly from there, and it's not working. And that's that. Yeah. And God damn it. Yeah, all of the failures have been building up and just making it very, 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 very frustrating because this is. I recognize Scuff as part of streaming, but raid is a fairly basic command for all intents and purposes, right? All right, I'm going to try one more thing, and then if that doesn't work, I'm just going to be like, throw my computer at the wall. Oh, well, there's jams in the meantime. So, none of that. Okay, this seems to be working. Let's try from here. There we go. Okay, we may have this. We may actually have a raid. Okay. I think it's working now. We're leaving. Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely night. Bye, everybody. Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody. Let's go.